Monday to the Ungovernables, the Captain's Crew, the LFA family, the growing nation, coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned. It is, I guess, a happy Monday, and it seems like everybody is pretty thrilled, except the mainstream media, over what the latest display is outside the White House. Have you seen it? Have you seen the the latest display outside of the White House with the mugshots? That was funny. The mainstream media apparently is triggered over it, and there's just, I don't know. There's not a lot of sympathy on my end for those who came into the country illegally. And I don't know, maybe it's cold. Maybe the internet has made me a colder person. I don't know. But I'm one of these people who, if you came in illegally, I don't have any sympathy when you're deported. Like, none. Like, oh, but they're human beings. I get it. I'm not saying that they're not human beings, but they're human beings in our country that shouldn't be here. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. No, you have to understand, from the illegals' perspective, they thought they were... I don't give a damn about the illegals' perspective. Why does their perspective matter more than my perspective or your perspective or our perspective, who are following the law and getting effed every single day? Every day. Why? So I got to think about them before I think about us? F them. I'm sorry. Every single person who is in this country illegally, just get out. Just stop with the, don't run away. Stop with the, fake news hoax. Just leave. Just leave. And if you don't leave voluntarily, then yes, you are going to be cuffed and thrown into the back of a van like a sack of potatoes, driven to the southern border, and... if I was the president, the Trump-a-pult would be a real thing. I would fling these people out. Just leave. Get out. You're not welcome here. You don't belong here. You have no legal claim here. I don't give a damn about your asylum. Leave. You're afraid to go back to your home country? Go to another country illegally. But get the hell out of mine. Please. I have had it. And the people online who are sympathizing for, and not just online, everywhere, sympathizing for the illegals, like the deportations are a bad thing. They're not a bad thing. They're straining your resources. They're stealing your food. They're stealing your jobs. I was listening to Andrew Wilkow, one of my favorites. You got these people in New York City. They're on the side of the road. Brennan saw them for the first time. She thought I was joking when I told her about the orange people. That they were selling the oranges and all this stuff on the side of the road. In the road, because there was traffic. Of course there was, right? The rule is if I'm on the road, there's traffic. So what would happen to me if I was selling unregulated oranges and, sauces and candy on the subway? What would happen to me? I'd be accused of trying to cheat the system. I'm not reporting my taxes. Yet Fernandez, Lopez can go ahead, strolling the sidewalk on the Cross Bronx Expressway with the senorita walking around. Oh, you want orange? No, I don't want orange. I want you to get out of my country. That's what I want. So they could break the... First of all, the first thing they do when they come into this country is illegal. First thing, right off the bat. Right off the bat. The first thing they do when they come into the country is a crime, when they do it illegally. Then they're selling food. They're trafficking drugs. They're in gangs. They're, driving vehicles without licenses. Why the hell would anybody other than Democrat operatives, I get it, votes, the census, But why the hell would anybody else want these people to stay here? And if you think, well, humiliating them is not a nice thing. You know what's not a nice thing? Breaking and entering into our country, straining our resources, and then when you are asked and given the opportunity to self-deport, because this administration, before it was even sworn in, said you could self-deport, you could leave now, and you won't have any problems. You decide, no, you're better than that? No, I'm sorry. Now you're humiliated. Your mugshot is on a lawn sign on the White House lawn, right where the news correspondents do their hits, because a point has to be made. You know, a point, and it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. You know what the English did to the pirates back in the, way back. They would hang them. Right? And hang them at every port of entry so that other pirates were afraid of being pirates, right? Or afraid of getting caught, or that people were deterred from entering piracy. Make an example out of every last one of these. I don't care who they are. I don't care. Oh, she was so nice. She wasn't nice. She broke into my country illegally. That's not nice. Get the hell out. Oh, you don't understand. They could be neighbors and mothers and fathers. Go be a neighbor, a mother, a father, an aunt, an uncle, or whatever in another country. Don't do it in mine illegally, period. I am done with the sob stories. I am done with the sympathy. I'm done with the judges coming in. Well, they deserve they do not deserve any more process. Here's the due process. You came in illegally. We proved you came in illegally. Now leave. That's the process. Why does it have to be more complicated than that? Why? Why? It is so simple. So simple. You came in illegally. Everything after that, I don't care about. I don't care. Find me someone who does. I don't. When Donald Trump ran for president, I voted for mass deportations. And how many times did I say it? I treat illegal aliens just like I treat foreign aid. No exceptions, $0.00 of foreign aid, 0 illegals should remain in the country. Done. That's it. It's very simple. Get as close to 0 as possible. I know 0 is perfect. We can't do perfect. Get as close to 0 as possible. And anybody who is standing in the way absolutely should be arrested, like that hog of a Judge Dugan in Wisconsin. It's really not hard. At all. It's really not hard. I don't know. Maybe I'm just cold. I'm just tired of seeing it. We had illegals in New York City complaining about the free food they were getting. You think a homeless veteran would complain about the free food that they're getting? They just want food. You're going to complain about it? Get the hell out of the country. Who do you think you are? Oh. In case you didn't realize, the seatbelt sign's broken today. So that's why it's not on. I'll tell you. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Oh, you don't understand. Oh, it's not nice to be sending them home. Oh, where are they going to go? Newsflash. Newsflash. I don't care where they go. They don't belong here. Okay. More on that in a second. Because we got plenty. This is the Illegal Aliens. Every illegal alien should be deported show. We're going to feature 900 illegal aliens at least who have now been arrested and are slated to be deported. I saw somebody in the chat asking where I was. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Blues DeVilman says, where's Sean? I'm here. You may be behind on the live stream if you click on the live button, if you're watching on desktop anyway. You'll get to it, but he won't hear that because he's not live. So maybe communicate that in the chat if he's still having problems. All right. Before we get going, and rocking and rolling, Jeremy says people are having a hard time clicking in. Okay, so there's that happens. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, no worries. Couple bugs. It's okay if there's bugs. We need a bug zapper. Oh, you know what I really want? I want that bug assault where you put the salt in it and then it has a little laser sight. Go, poof, when they're on the wall. Poof, poof, poof. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of people having problems. All right, there's a couple bugs. It is what it is. We're also on X. If you're having a hard time, we're also on X. Rumble.com/. No, say I'm on X and I give a Rumble link. Stupid. Wake up, right? X at LFA TV US. Okay, yeah, Bad Moon has a bug assault.
Of course he does. I would expect nothing less.
There you go. We got a moth all the way up on the ceiling. Oh, we shoot moths if they get in the house. Just like the illegals, there are 0 bugs allowed. We have an ant crawling up the ceiling. We got to get like a spotter,
Laser pointer, the cats are going to go crazy.
They do have a laser on them, which we, Pull! Shoot him right out of the sky. Oh, who's this? Buckin. Palestinian sympathizers should be deported to Gaza just before the next bombing run and the illegal sympathizers to the communist country of their choice. I co-sign the motion. I sponsor. Motion carries. It is law. Yes. Everybody who simps for Gaza. Candace Owens in 2018 was like, Israel is not occupying Gaza. And she shamed AOC. Funny how the tune changed. Okay, here we go. Let's get to a word from our friends at OFP Farms, OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com. Mother's Day right around the corner, May 11th. You know it's coming. And OFP Farms has done it again, crafting fabulous luxury gift boxes for moms that will not break the bank. These beautiful gift boxes are flying off the shelves thanks to jaw-dropping discounts. So hustle on up. Folks, I got a cool video from OFP Farms to show you. OFPFarms.com. Promo code SHAWN for 20% off. Take a look. Bad Moon says he has the urge to buy a goat. Maybe you could buy one from OFP Farms. Use promo code Sean for 20% off one of their goats if one of those incidents happens. Remember they said they had an incident on the farm? They said that there was, what was it? Maybe we should call it unregulated mating. And maybe the code. 20% off of Mother's Day gift sets and everything else on the website. OFPFarms.com, promo code Sean, SHAWN. OFPFarms.com, promo code SHAWN for 20% off. OFPFarms.com. Cool video, great products. Got stuff like the Revolution soap. You get 20% off of stuff like this at the website. OFP, Oscar Foxtrot, PapaFarms.com. Promo code SHAWN. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to all the good stuff today. Not that everything isn't good stuff. We're going to be started off kind of hot. And we're going to continue on, I guess, it's going to be pretty warm this morning. But let's keep making it happen, folks. The illegals in Florida. Did you hear about this massive illegal alien bust in Florida? This was a big one. 800 illegal aliens arrested in what they're calling a tidal wave, Operation Tidal Wave. Utilizes ICE's 287G authority, which deputizes state and local law enforcement officers to arrest individuals illegally present in the United States. We need tidal waves in every country. Every state. It's a weird day today. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Miami, along with Florida law enforcement agencies, have arrested nearly 800 illegal immigrants in the first 4 days of Operation Tidal Wave, a large-scale multi-agency immigration crackdown. Operation Tidal Wave. It's like when Stacey Abrams, who is apparently considering another run for governor, it's when she jumps into a swimming pool. Tidal Wave, right? They've arrested nearly 800 illegals in the first 4 days of Operation Tidal Wave, a large-scale multi-agency immigration crackdown. Among those arrested, think about this, and the left may even be excited about the second name on here, convicted Colombian murderer, alleged MS-13 gang members, and a Russian national, Russia, with an Interpol red notice for manslaughter. Okay, so now that they caught a Russian, I'm sure that the left will be totally fine with going after these illegals, or at least that illegals. Thank you to Speak Farms, who is now rating our chat. Bald Brad, we love the baldies. Bald people are great people, right? Even if you have a shiny head, we could see your fortune on your head. But we love bald people. They're fantastic. Bald Brad, we love the baldies. Speak Farm, we love the chickens, right? I think he just built a new coop or something, or they upgraded their chicken run, and now the chickens are going to be getting out and having some fun. All right, so that was 800 illegals. Authorities identified you know what the names? I know it's a cultural thing, so I don't want to sound like, dumb. But authorities identified Jose Sanchez Reyes, a Colombian national convicted of homicide in his home country. Also included in let me guess, Krasenstein, right? Due process! He had his due process. He was convicted of murder. Also included in the arrest was Rafael Juarez Cabrera, a Guatemalan national and alleged MS-13 member who had illegally re-entered the United States 3 times and was convicted of felony re-entry. Oh, you mean coming into our country is illegal? And doing it multiple times is a felony? Jeez, I had no idea. Wow. I had no idea. The operation also resulted in the arrest of Sava. I'm not even going to give this one a chance. Yes, I am. Klishevsky. Okay, that's not bad. If it was written in Russian, I probably could have read it better. Sava Klishevsky. Russia. I come from Mother Russia. Sava Klishevsky, a Russian national wanted in Russia for vehicular manslaughter. Nice. These are nice people, right? The left would be like, deport the Russian, but keep the murderers. Operation Tidal Wave allows state and local law enforcement officers to arrest individuals illegally present as long as they're deputized by ICE. It's one of the first large-scale missions that they did in the state. So they brought the whole government approach with cooperative jurisdictions that want to help ICE secure communities and neighborhoods and remove public safety threats from the neighborhoods. Now, again, I don't care if you are here and not a gangbanger, drug trafficker, Russian convicted vehicular manslaughter person. That doesn't matter to me, right? If you're not supposed to be here, I would like you to leave. It's like trucks in the left lane on the interstate, those big tractor trailers on the interstate where it says no tractor trailers in the left lane, and yet you're stuck behind one. You are not supposed to be here. Get out. But the same rule applies in this country. Okay? Stay on your side. Right? No, seriously. Okay? If you're not supposed to be in the country, if you are an illegal alien, you came in here illegally, you're already a criminal. Already. The White House has also made that clear. Caroline Levitt, one of her first press conferences, press briefings, they asked her, what is the position? The position is that if you're here illegally, you're a criminal, and you're out. Goodbye. 800 of them arrested in Florida. Were they all gangbangers? Were they all convicted murderers? Were they all from Russia with convictions of vehicular manslaughter? No, not all of them. But if all 800 of them were truly in the country illegally, guess where all 800 of them aren't allowed to stay anymore? Here. That's it. Goodbye. Guess what happens? Afuera, right? You're out. And to the Russian, do svidanya. Goodbye, right? See ya. That wasn't the only one that fun story like that had happened over the weekend. In Colorado. Remember Colorado? What happened in Colorado? Does anybody remember what happened in Colorado recently?
The apartment.
Hey, Brennan got it. She got it.
Because I'm the manager.
Brennan's the manager. Yes, in Colorado, Tren de Aragua took over an apartment complex. That is correct. They took over an apartment complex. Well, this happened in Colorado over the weekend. This was very nice to see. Look. See all the different agencies that were involved in this bust, by the way? Let's play that again, right? Look, DEA, there's police, FBI, who I'm told aren't doing anything, but there they are arresting illegals. U.S. Postal Inspector Police, you know that exists. ERO, that's immigration. IRS, nice to see them. Look at that. Yeah, get a nice view of those silver bracelets and zip ties. That's right. And people are like, oh my gosh, they were rounded up and thrown in like the Jews during the Holocaust. No, they weren't. They're all still alive. I'm still alive here. Right? Listen. They were operating in apparently operating an illegal nightclub in Colorado. The nightclub was shut down. And there were illegal aliens present. 114 illegal immigrants at the venue that contained more than 200 people. That's a lot of people. Federal authorities announced Sunday that more than 100 illegal immigrants were detained in a massive raid at an underground nightclub in Colorado Springs that officials say was frequented by Tren de Aragua and MS-13 terrorists. Good. You found out where they were going and you found them. I don't have a problem with it at all. What are we supposed to just let the illegal nightclub continue? Why, to be nice? I'm done being nice to these people. They don't deserve it. Get out of the country, period. Goodbye. The DEA Rocky Mountain Division led a multi-agency operation early Sunday morning, arrested 114 illegals at the venue that contained more than 200 people. So over half of the people in attendance, not only weren't they supposed to be at this illegal nightclub, but they're not supposed to be in the country. Authorities uncovered drugs, including pink cocaine, as well as evidence of prostitution and multiple firearms during the operation, according to the DEA. Oh, now the left is excited because they just did a gun bust. Left loves drugs. They don't like guns, though. DHS has taken more than 100 illegal aliens into custody. Drugs and weapons have also been seized at this underground nightclub in Colorado Springs. Quote, a big raid last night on some of the worst people illegally in our country, drug dealers, murderers, and other violent criminals of all shapes and sizes. And judges don't want to send them back to where they came from. If we don't win this battle at the Supreme Court, our country as we know it is finished. It will be a crime-ridden mess. Make America great again. That's Donald Trump on Truth Social. Again, anybody here have a problem with deporting these illegals? Anybody here have a problem with rounding them up in this fashion? Has anybody here have an issue with deporting every single illegal alien, no exceptions? Anybody here have a problem with any of that? Because, look, I maybe I'm looking at it too cut and dry. Maybe I'm looking at it too black and white.
No, everybody agrees with you.
Right? Maybe I'm looking at it too, maybe I'm too cold. Maybe there's something I don't understand. Or maybe it's the right position. Everybody's saying, no, you got it right. Deport them all. Every last one. Every last one. Emerald says, was there a gender reveal? Is that why the cocaine was pink? Yeah, I don't know what pink cocaine is. I don't know. No idea. Round the Pony says, illegal means not legal. Thank you. Very good. Very, very good. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Gina said, put them over the border and they could find their way home. True. Who is this up here who just said that? Tarbox 1970 says you're looking at it realistically. Thank you. I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. That there are people, mostly on the left, some people on what they would call themselves the right. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You just don't understand. They're looking for a better life too. You're sympathetic to these people? You're part of the problem. I'm not saying that they should be treated like crap. I do think embarrassing them is fine. Why? You know what? People go, that's not nice. Embarrassing them. You were given a chance to leave yourself. And you didn't. What is it they say? Your actions have consequences, as do elections. We're just enforcing the laws on the books. I don't care if you came here, but maybe they feel baited and switched, right? Maybe these illegals feel baited and switched. Well, we came here during Biden, and they didn't enforce the law. Now there's a new president. Now he's enforcing the law. Ooh, it's a raw deal. You know what's a raw deal? Taxpayers funding your entire lifestyle. It's a raw deal. Yeah, you may have been sold a bill of goods by President Autopen. This is the face of a guy who does not care. New president, old rules that just weren't being enforced, you have to leave. Period. You have to leave. I don't care what the last administration told you. I don't care what whoever smuggled you into the country said was going to happen. I don't care what lefties on social media say. They deserve a chance to stay and they chase the American dream just like you. No, they don't. They want to do that. They can come into the country legally and do it the right way. Like so many other legal immigrants who have come to this country and chased and achieved the American dream themselves.
Well, here's someone that's been directly affected. Angel grandmother. Her grandson was 18 years old and was murdered by an illegal in May of 2016.
Angel grandmother right there. Yes, support them all. My grandson, support deporting them all. My grandson was murdered by an illegal alien May 19th, 2016. My grandson was 18 years old, 1 week from graduating high school, and had enlisted in the Air Force. Directly affected right here in our chat.
And that was before it got crazy.
That was before Trump even won his first term. That's like when the Kate Steinle thing was happening. I don't want any more angel grandmothers. I'm sure she's a very nice person, but what I mean is I don't want any more casualties from this invasion that has gutted safety in our country. And I'm so sorry for your loss. Could absolutely have been prevented and should have been prevented. And now, you know what? We're going to prevent it. No more of that. All right, let's take a break. Word from our friends at American Financing. Folks, with everything that's going on in the economy, feels like we're all walking on shaky ground, right? Prices are stuck at a really high level. Seems like nothing's affordable anymore. It's no wonder why so many are relying on credit cards to cover the gaps. Credit card debt is skyrocketing, and it's leaving a lot of people stressed out. If you're a homeowner, you don't have to face this uncertainty alone. My friends at American Financing can help you take control. They will help you access the equity in your home to help you pay down that high-interest credit card debt, giving you peace of mind and real savings. On average, people just like you are saving $800 a month. Plus, they may close your loan in as little as 10 days. Do not let the chaos of the economy get the best of you. Call American Financing now. It costs you nothing to get started, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, giving you a cushion in these uncertain times. Give them a call at 866-885-8027, 866-885-8027, 866-885-8027, or AmericanFinancing.net/FARASH, 866-885-8027, or AmericanFinancing.net/FARASH. I know some of you guys have called. If you haven't, check in with them. See what's going on. They'll be, they have the salary-based mortgage consultants. They're not going to push you into a loan that doesn't make sense. 866-885-8027, AmericanFinancing.net/FARASH, NMLS number 182334, NMLS, consumeraccess.org. Next up, LFA TV store. The LFA TV store's got something for everybody. It's an amazing place. It's one of the happiest places in the world, the LFA TV store. Look at it. Here's the LFA TV website right here on your screen. Click on that store tab. Click on the full visit the store right off on the right-hand side. You see it right there? See it says visit the store? You got to click on that so that you get the entire menu, the entire smorgasbord of LFA TV goodness. We heard from Barb Naylor, who is the maker of the mug, right? There she is right there. Barb, the mug maker, says that the mugs will be back in stock soon. She told us that on Friday when she called in during our calls segment. You got the Made America Great Again shirt, at the I Don't Really Care Margaret shirt. I love that. I don't really care, Margaret. I just don't want these people in my country. Thank you. JD Vance. LFATV.us. Got flannels. You got beach towels. You got keychains. You got Rise Up coffee. Everything that you could possibly want here at the LFA TV store. It's LFATV.us, LFATV.us, LFATV.us. Or jeremyharrell.com/store. Close that. There we go. All right. Quick sip of the tea. The old one, too. I want to show you what's going on at the White House today. Has anybody seen it? Or has anybody not seen it at this point? Has anybody not seen the scene outside of the White House? Anybody not seen it? The White House put the mug shots of, I think, over 100 illegal aliens on the lawn this morning. And when I tell you the mainstream media, because this, they don't like when examples are made of their darling super citizens, right? But have you all seen it? So there you go. Some folks said they haven't seen it. They haven't seen it yet. Good. You'll see it here in just a second. A lot of people haven't seen. Great. There we go. Good. All right. Tune in. Keep your eyes locked on the screen. What the White House did here was nothing short of hilarious and I think powerful. Here's the scene outside of the White House. All of the mug shots, or a bunch of the mug shots of the illegal aliens that have been arrested, some who have been deported, now are lawn signs outside the White House. Look at this. Look at that. Right on down the line. It's like every time I see one pop on my head, it's ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, Lopez, 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 ay, 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 ayito, ay, ay, ay. You know what we should do? Because ay, 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 I've been deported, man. We're not supposed to be here. My picture on a sign. I'm famous now. Rape. Assault of a child. Murder. Rape. Murder. Caroline Levitt posted this morning. I wonder if Kilmar's is there. It should be. That would get people real mad. Murder. Look at you. See all those, horrible charges. All right? These are people that the left, they say, oh, you shouldn't be doing this to them. They shouldn't have been. You know what? You know how? Here's the thing. Do you know a great way to avoid this happening to you? How about don't come into the country illegally? Because if you didn't come into the country illegally, there would be no mugshot to take of you because we deported you, right? Right. don't come into the country illegally, that doesn't happen. Instead of don't put their mugshots on the lawn, how about don't come into the country illegally? That's the reason why it's happening. It's not happening because we decided we want to put a line of mugshot lawn signs on the White House. It's because they came here illegally. We found them and we got them the hell out. The media is not happy about it. I love the media right now. They are melting down. They're the same people, by the way, who are trying to tell you that, or who tried to tell you that Donald Trump was about to lose in an epic landslide to Kamala Harris, right? Harris is leading in the polls. The race has been reset. Donald Trump is in serious trouble. He may lose Iowa. Remember that? The Seltzer poll, Ann Seltzer? Those same people are now telling you that Donald Trump's approval rating is falling. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sure. What is that? Sure, Jan. Right? Yeah, sure. Okay. Got it. MSNBC was full-blown triggered over this, I'm not going to call it a stunt, under this great idea deployed by the White House today. Listen to them. Because not only did they do this, but they put the wall of we built a beautiful wall of mugshots. I think I may have to say something about it. We built a beautiful, I told you we were going to build a wall, and we built a big, beautiful wall of mugshots. And to be completely honest with you, my mugshot is nicer than all of these people mugshot. I have the Mona Lisa of mugshot. They didn't have a problem with Trump's mugshot being taken in a bogus case brought on by frumpy Fannie Willis, right? No problem with that. But they have a problem displaying the mugshots of illegal alien gangbangers, drug dealers, criminals, rapists, child traffickers, murderers. They have no problem with Trump's mugshot being taken and plastered all over the place. But they have an issue with these people's mugshots who shouldn't have been here in the first place. MSNBC, right, part of the mainstream media, they're telling you, oh, this is bad. Because not only did they build a wall of mugshots, but they put them in a beautiful location. And MSNBC is very, where's the judge? Is there going to be a judge that's going to rule? Those lawn signs must come down. You take them down, you slob. Watch this.
White House has put up about 100 posters of what they say are unauthorized immigrants who have been arrested for violent crimes. You can see them there. They put them up on the driveway of the White House. If you look here, that's the West Wing just at the forefront, the executive mansion itself to the left. But what's particularly noteworthy about this location is it is right directly behind the positions where TV correspondents do their hits from the White House lawn. So therefore, no matter what network you're on, that includes MSNBC, if you're doing a hit from the White House right now, those pictures will be behind you. The White House doing a briefing in about a half hour about what they're doing here.
You hear what he said? The most important part of that is they're not just randomly on the lawn. If you're doing a hit from the White House, that is their backdrop. It's just epic. Absolutely. Whoever came up with standing ovation. I can't stand up because then I'll be off camera. But standing up. Chicky Mama says bigger signs. Yes. Let's put up billboards for each one. Bigger signs. You're going to see, watch what you're going to see. You're going to see the mainstream media shooting like out of focus to blur the background. You're going to see it. It is that just, that is just great. Did you see the Newsmax anchor making fun of people using fake accents on their names?
I hate that.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, that's the most.
So you mean that Brennan does not like when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, like let's say, is talking about, everyday life. She was like, I was just walking down the street and then I decided I wanted to go to the restaurant and get a burrito this morning. When they just when there's no accent on anything else, but they accent like a cultural word. Because on Instagram, all you get on Instagram when we're doom scrolling, all you get are insufferable, brain rotted a-holes making here's my makeup today, and then I use the Chiquito. That's what it is. And then she gets mad. Or like the or
my makeup girl.
no, but some of your makeup girls are guilty of this. They'll be like, and I was putting this on, and then I used the mascara, and I was, or the cooking ones are the worst. The cooking ones are the worst. You have no accent on the rest of your words. You're like, and I'm going to make my pasta. We put it in the mozzarella. It's like, whoa.
It's like, no.
Yeah. They think they're being cute with these things. They're not. But anyway, so the Newsmax anchor would get along well with Brennan. That would be good. That's nice. I love this wall. We built a beautiful wall of mugshots, right? We built a beautiful wall of mugshots. That's what it is. A beautiful mugshot wall. And my mugshot wall is my mugshot's better than all their mugshots, right? I told you we're going to build a wall. Promises made, promises kept. The one thing I hate about the makeup girls, they because they all talk the same. Like, be yourself, would you? You don't talk like that in public. I guarantee you, when you're at a restaurant asking, like, when the waitress asks you, like, I want my steak well done, and I want a side of broccoli, and I want a side of mashed potatoes, and get ready with me. F you. Stop talking like that.
They cut it.
And then they cut it.
Every break.
Because that's the way they... You're all the same people at the end of the day. That's what sucks. It's like you don't have your own style. Stop doing that. Okay. Anyway, next. Speaking of illegal aliens. You remember Kristi Noem got robbed last week in Washington, D.C.? Someone stole her purse. And there's $3,000. I don't know why she was traveling with $3,000 cash, but all right, I don't know. I mean, she's got $3,000 cash. But anyway, purse shouldn't be stolen, right? Kristi Noem's purse was stolen in a restaurant in Washington, D.C. And wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? And the person who swiped her purse was an illegal alien. So let me just say, how stupid could you be to steal the belongings of the woman who is in charge of getting you the hell out of the country? How dumb could you be? Either dumb or bold. I admire the courage here, right? I admire the courage here of this guy. I admire the courage. But I mean, I also laugh at the stupidity. This is the Secretary of Homeland Security who is in charge of finding you and getting you out of the country. You steal her bag? Okay. The man who stole Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's Gucci handbag, which contained $3,000 in cash and other personal items, is an illegal immigrant and professional thief. The theft took place when Noem was dining at the Capitol Burger in Washington, D.C. with her family for an Easter outing. A masked suspect stole her handbag, which held her driver's license, passport, DHS badge, apartment keys, and other valuables. The suspect was ultimately apprehended by the D.C. Metro Police and the Secret Service. Apparently, he didn't get, there was no security issue with this. I don't know how that's possible, but okay. The handbag was valued at $4,400. Can we hit a pause, please? If you pay $4,400 for a bag, you know what? Someone should steal it. That is the most, I'm serious. That is the most, frivolous $4,400 for a bag, but it's Gucci. What? How is that different than another bag? It holds things. How is that different from a plastic bag? Well, it looks better. It's a bag. You're paying for a logo. Why don't you go on Amazon or Temu, and for 50 cents, you could order a fake Gucci logo, do the little lick and stick, bam, right on the bag. Now you got a Gucci bag. $4,400 for a bag. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to order a fake Gucci logo. I'm going to stick it on a plastic bag, and I'm going to see how much I can sell that plastic bag for some imbecile on the internet who wants, it's Gucci. You know what's Gucci? You couldn't find something else to spend $4,400 on. You spent it on a bag. God, I'll never understand that. The day I spend $4,400 on a bag is the day I want to be treated like Kristi Noem's puppy. Just put one right between my eyes. I'm never spending that much money on a bag. I'm sorry.
No, you can get a nice anything for just
$4,400 for a
But if
bag.
you have the money and you can, I mean,
No.
that's the free market.
Well, yeah, you can if you want to, but I think you're a moron if you do. I'm sorry. And to anybody in the chat who has $4,400 purses and you bought it because you felt like it,
I applaud you.
it's your right. But I think it's a stupid purchase, and I will never, ever do that. It was also, this is even better. This is even better. The handbag was valued at $4,400, placed on the ground next to Noem's table where it was stolen. Inside was also a Louis Vuitton Clemens purse valued at $600. So now we're at $5,000 worth of essentially glorified bags. Security footage showing the suspect as a white man wearing an N95 mask, dark pants, a fur-type collar, and a ball cap. Okay. But what happened was he apparently kicked her purse over, threw his jacket over it, and scooped it all up and walked away. He knew what he was doing. Now, I'm happy they caught the guy. You're not supposed to steal things. Boy, did he do well. First, okay, so let me just say. So you have a $4,400 bag, a $600 purse, and $3,000 in cash. You have nearly $10,000 on your person. Kristi Noem. She doing good. Tell you what, you will not catch me dead with that much stuff on me.
No, me either.
With exception, the only exception might be because my phone has, we're not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because then someone's going to try and steal my phone. I'm not going to say it. My phone has nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Phone.
What phone? I don't even have a phone. It's not a phone.
It's a walkie-talkie.
It's a walkie-talkie. Yeah, it's a, over.
Because you walkie.
And you talkie.
You talkie.
Unbelievable. My phone has nothing on it. I don't know what we're talking about. All right. We have a new hoax. Actually, a couple of hoaxes. Before we do the hoaxes, let's do armor, right? Okay. Tryarmor.com/LFA TV. Then we'll get through a couple of things. Tryarmor.com/LFA TV. Armor colostrum. Armor colostrum. Tryarmor.com/LFA TV. You see it on your screen right there. Folks, colostrum is amazing. I'm always on the lookout for ways to strengthen my immunity, my gut health, improve my fitness and metabolism, and enhance my skin and hair radiance. This is Armor Colostrum, and it can do all that and more for you. Colostrum is the first nutrition that we receive in life. It contains all the essential nutrients that our bodies need in order to thrive. It'll help reactivate your hair growth, help your skin glow, can help fortify your gut health and ignite your metabolism. You know, you ever feel bloated, right? You're just walking around, you're just not feeling good. And you take the probiotics. The probiotics, they tell you, oh, it's the good bacteria, which it is, but most probiotics are actually dead before they get to your gut. And they only address one part of the 4-part gut wall. Gut wall has 4 parts? It does. Do you want something that does 25% or 100%? I choose 100%. That's why we go with Armor Colostrum. Colostrum naturally fortifies your entire gut wall system, optimizing your microbiome, strengthening the gut wall architecture, which guards against irritants that can trigger symptoms like bloating and constipation. It can also help fuel your fitness performance and recovery. Go to tryarmor.com/LFATV to get this special offer. Tryarmor, TRYARMRA.com/LFATV. Tryarmor.com/LFATV for 15% off your first order. Try TRYARMRA.com/LFATV. That's try TRYARMRA.com/LFATV for 15% off. How are we doing over there on X? Look at this. The X is popping off today. Julio Gonzalez, we love you, Julio, says, my wife has a $20 purse, Grime Ross, and has never been stolen. Yes. You know why? Because it's worth $20. That's why. It's not worth stealing. Very good. Censored Freedom News on Network. Sorry, Censored Freedom Network on X is funny. He says, you get pissed off at bugs and your Trump voice leaks through. I had to listen back. I must have said, we got a bug on the wall. We got a moth. We're going to shoot the hell out of that moth.
Yeah, as each illegal is deported, we should blink with them with salt.
You want to shoot them with salt on the way out?
Wouldn't that just be an insult to injury? Like, that would be great.
I mean, yeah. Because it would be annoying. Use the bug assault. All right. It's a good idea. We can implement that. All right.
It's just annoying.
It's annoying. All right. FBI arrested. This is great. Did you see this slob of a Judge Dugan in Wisconsin? Did you see? Judge Dugan was arrested for shielding an illegal immigrant or obstructing the arrest of an illegal immigrant. It's great. I have a couple of things on this. People are like, oh, so we're just arresting judges now? If the judges broke the law, what makes them different than anybody else? I'm sorry. Weren't you the people running around like chickens with your head cut off? Nobody's above the law, right? When Donald Trump was, right? Like a rooster. You know, like a cock. That's what they are, because it means rooster, right? You're walking around with a cock with its head cut off. Nobody is above the law. Nobody was above the law. Like parrots, rooster parrots. You're walking around screaming nobody's above the law when Donald Trump, what did he do? He jaywalked. Nobody's above the law. Put him in jail. All right, so this judge, allegedly, they're like, that's a violation of due process. Dumbass, this is the process. You're suspected of doing something wrong. There's a warrant out for your arrest. You are arrested. You are charged with the crime. You get your day in court to prove your innocence or disprove the accusations. You actually can't prove that you're innocent. They have to prove that you're guilty, right? So I missed that. I messed up that one, right? The case gets tried. This judge allegedly obstructed the arrest of an illegal alien. She apparently created a diversion, which she herself is probably a big enough diversion, but she created a diversion and allowed an illegal alien to evade arrest. That is not legal. You can't do that. Henceforth, you get arrested.
Oh, okay. The time is nigh.
The time is nigh. Hoax alert. Hoax alert. Did you hear the Donald Trump deported a 2-year-old? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. A 2-year-old U.S. citizen identified as VML, is that an L or an I? That's an L, left the United States with her deported Honduran mother after the mother chose to take her child with her to Honduras. The child was not, can we please, let's pay attention real quick, because this is the big hoax. Donald Trump deported a 2-year-old. He's a monster. No, you're just an idiot who falls for every hoax that the mainstream media pulls on you. The 2-year-old was not deported. The mother was deported. The mother took the 2-year-old with her. The man claiming to be the child's father, who's also a non-citizen, but apparently not an illegal, filed an emergency petition to seek custody to keep the child here in the United States. However, he failed to present himself to ICE when requested, and the petition came too late to prevent the mother's departure. Furthermore, he did not have legal custody of the child, so the child remained with the mother, the legal guardian. That's the right thing to do. Listen, I'm not saying it's not a effed up situation. But the father does not have legal custody, was not present when ICE asked him to be present, did not file a petition in time, and instead of the child going into the foster system in the United States, which is basically, in many cases, glorified child trafficking, the child was taken with the mother, and I believe the mother's sister or somebody, another member of the family, back to Honduras so the child can be safe. The mother's decision, it was the mother's decision to bring her daughter, was processed by ICE based on the mother's verbal and written consent. People are like, Donald Trump just deported a 2-year-old U.S. citizen. No, he didn't. The mother took the child with her. And finally, a little bit of good news before we go. Maryland man, right? Maryland man. Kilmar Abrego Garcia. They went wild with that story, and it didn't work for them. The narrative failed. The influence is not there. According to Eric Doherty over on X, A CBS poll found a 12-point margin that Americans approve of Trump's program to seek out and deport illegals 56-44, up from an 8-point margin earlier this month. Independents support this by 8 points, 54-46. Males by 26 points, 63-37. So earlier this month, the Maryland man hoax was deployed, and it failed because now people want to deport illegals by a higher and wider margin. Sounds good to me. Democrats lost again. And by the way, I've got something I'm going to work on to memorialize Kilmar Abrigo Garcia. Did we hit 700? I see allegations. All right. Mo is here. We're honking our hedgehogs as we get ready to go today. Look at him. This is good. He's a nice hedgehog. Not like he's one of the good hogs, not like that judge from Wisconsin. She's a slob hog. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and listening. Jeremy Harrell coming up next with Live from America for the next 2 hours here on rumble.com/LFA TV. Also on X. If you're having problems over on Rumble, you can watch over on X as well. So we appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you so much for watching and listening. As your favorite president says, we will never give up. We will never give in, and we will never, ever surrender. And if all else fails, we will just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. Hit that thumbs up button as we sign off and Jeremy Harrell signs on. Follow our show anywhere you get your podcasts by going to any of your podcast platforms. Just search for Ungoverned. It's subscribed. That's all you got to do. We post the audio every day shortly thereafter, shortly after the show. Got a cool guest for you that we got tomorrow. An interesting story that I think is worth talking about. You will be very excited to hear that, and you will be very excited to see that. So Live from America is next, I believe, on rumble.com/LFA TV. Right here, ready to go for you. Have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. And in the words of the potential next, I guess we said Pope of Greenland, potential next Democrat nominee for president. Those things don't look very good right now. John Fetterman, good night, everybody. Bang, gavel. We'll see you tomorrow morning.